Lamb boy. And I guess I've been dreaming. Cause now that I'm woke, everything that I see ain't what it seems, man. I guess I've been dreaming. Cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been dreaming. Cause now that I'm woke, everything that I see ain't what it seems, man. I guess I've been dreaming. Cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been dreaming.
Oh, man, what it is, what it do, man. How the world treating y'all today? How we living? How we living? What's busting out that thing? Oh, yeah. We going down. 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 It's still a little swell right there, but we're working through it. We're working through it. Yeah, I got that clove going up there. The clove helping out. The extra anesthetic right there, you know what I'm talking about. Natural from the earth. From the earth. Anyway, speaking of earth, man, we got 10 scariest flood moments. So we got a whole bunch of water action going on in this segment right here, y'all. Who is that? Junkie Media is going to be hosting this one. So we're going to sit back and we're going to watch nature do her thing. And we're going to see what type of equipment going to get smashed on this time for being in the wrong area, digging in the wrong sections of the planet. You feel me? Because we already know how y'all do out there. And now it's reparations for the planet. You know what I mean? That's what we're doing. It's for reparations for the planet. Showing y'all why she pissed. So, without further ado, I hope you got what you need, because I do. Let's get to what we doing. Getting her busting.
From a crazy flood in Okarche, Oklahoma that washed away an entire road,
A whole
and
road.
raging rapids in southern China that dragged several boats over a waterfall, to a destructive mud flood in Bondo, Switzerland that erased this poor guy's business, and a debris-filled flash flood in New Mexico that quickly overwhelmed a storm drain. Here are 10 of the scariest flood moments caught on camera.
Underworld. Salute.
On November 5th of 2015, Brazil experienced the worst environmental disaster in the country's history. Around 3:45 p.m., a massive tailings dam run by the Brazilian mining company Samarco collapsed, sending a tidal wave of water and mining waste across Mariana, Brazil. Toxic sludge swept through the pastoral countryside. Dozens of homes and acres of farmland were destroyed in minutes. Shortly after the dam burst, a group of locals heard something terrifying on the horizon. They ran to investigate, only to see the toxic flash flood heading right for them.
Bruh, the water coming at you. Dude. Okay, so how much water got to come at you before you decide to run, bruh? What's wrong with him? What's wrong? See, now you see it. What were you looking at? Goofy. I'm talking about straight
They run
goofy.
once they see the water coming. Our cameraman ducks into a small building, only to realize he's...
He didn't run when he saw no water coming. He sit there looking at the water. I don't know what section of the water he was looking at, but clearly he wasn't looking in front of him, seeing the water that was actually coming toward him. He was looking at the water that was going the other direction, not what was actually coming toward. He was mesmerized. Oh, man. Camera looking this way, though. He looking over here. Oh, man. Wow, what's going on? Oh, crap. Like, bro, get out of here, dude. You're goofy, okay? Hope you was all right, though.
Is way too low. They'll never outrun the flood. Their only chance of survival is to seek higher
Hell
ground.
no, you ain't gonna outrun it when you staring at it. Well, that's crazy, bro. Then they called it a flash flood. What was so flashy about it? Out of nowhere, man. That's what it means. I feel you. All right, bro, you can't even see what's going on. It's so crazy over there.
Dam to accommodate iron waste in Mariana, Brazil. It's basically a giant deposit of toxic goop. The dam sprang a leak and ultimately failed about an hour later. 43.7 million cubic meters of mining waste traveled nearly 400 miles down the Rio Doce and into the Atlantic Ocean. It destroyed entire villages, left hundreds homeless, and exterminated millions of fish and aquatic animals.
Okay, that is not our work. We don't do that. We know who did that. Oh, you didn't know? Oh, okay. Well, if you know, you know. You know what I mean? It's one of them situations. If you know, you know. But that ain't our work. We didn't do that. Destroying aquatic life? Exterminating aquatic life to get a job done? No. Because enough aquatic life and animals have been slaughtered already. So, no, we definitely wouldn't do that. So, no, that's not our work. Continue.
Okarche is a small town of about 1,200 people in central Oklahoma. They're famous
besides
for
that, the
Aisha's
dam
Bar,
broke, so
which
it's
claims to be the oldest bar in the state. You may have seen it on an episode of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives with Guy Fieri. Lucky for Guy, he didn't show up on May 21st of 2019. That's because 60 tornadoes touched down over 48 hours in the central and southern plains. With them came severe thunderstorms and crazy flash floods. A local man who works in Kingfisher County captured the moment when one of those... With them came severe thunderstorms.
Take that in. Look at the slope. Look at the slope. Now look at this water. It's a no-go for you. You ain't gonna make it. Trying to be secluded. You ain't gonna make it. Look at the slope, y'all. Look how these hills go. Look how y'all kind of in that slope valleyed out, man. Y'all would get washed away in an instant.
Storms and crazy flash floods. A local man who works in Kingfisher County captured the moment when one of those floods destroyed a dirt road and uprooted the storm drains.
Here it goes.
In an instant, like I said.
Look at it. Look at it. Oh.
Yeah, get back.
Here it goes.
Before you get
There goes
took
the
with
culvert.
it.
That's the culvert. That's the culvert. It's gone.
Bruh, it's uprooting the road. It's taking the road.
Both culverts. Ah, damn.
What you gonna do with that?
Oh, we don't need no more traco. We don't need no more traco. Watch how fast that'll go down over there. Watch the other rig mats come down. Watch how fast that'll stop. Might be able to save that culvert. No, it won't. Bye-bye, rig mat. Look how fast that water stopped over there. Ah! Here comes some more. More rigment down there.
Canadian and Kingfisher counties needed to warn people about hazards on the road. Our cameraman's job was to inspect conditions and see if the roads were safe for travel. This one was already gone when he arrived. All the debris clogged the drainage pipes, causing water to spill over and weaken the general area. The flood quickly ripped the pipes clean out of the ground. It almost looked like the entire road was being turned upside down. The storms caused extensive damage across the state. People's homes were waterlogged, and cars were left abandoned in the street.
It looked like the road just got flipped upside down, bro.
Xuancheng, China, is a 4,000-year-old city in southeastern Anhui province. It sits on the lower Yangtze River drainage basin, meaning days of heavy rain can lead to extensive flooding in the area.
Oh, yeah?
And that's exactly what happened in early July of 2020. Locals watched as flash floods tore through the city of Xuancheng. Debris piled against the side of the Zhenhai Bridge, an ancient landmark dating back to the Ming Dynasty. Eventually, the pressure became too much, and the Zhenhai Bridge came tumbling down.
That's rough. That's rough.
Several days of torrential rain forced China to raise its national emergency response level on July 7th of 2020. Flash floods were popping up in cities and villages across the country. Pandemic-related restrictions didn't make things any easier. The Zhenhai Bridge was a protected site over the Sinan River. It measured over 436 feet long by 50 feet wide. Ming Dynasty architects built the bridge in 1536. It was updated and rebuilt several times over the next 400 years until it collapsed in 2020. In July of 2021, torrential downpours and flash flooding forced thousands of people to evacuate in Sichuan province, China. The storms were so bad that they raised the water levels on 14 rivers. They swept away bridges and boats like toothpicks, especially these boats in Bazhong City. The prefecture-level city in northeastern Sichuan is home to about 2.7 million people. On July 10th, a group of locals watched helplessly as the river swallowed every boat in sight. Thankfully, nobody was on those boats when they were swept away in the storm. Looking closely, you can see a mix of speedboats, passenger ferries, yachts, and commercial vessels floating over the waterfall. In Greater Bazhong, flash floods left some 27,000 people without power. They caused $27 million in damage across Sichuan province, affecting about 120,000 people.
They got y'all living rough over there, man. I'm sorry.
Cimarron, New Mexico is a small town on the Cimarron River, a tributary of the Canadian River. It's a ranching village of about 1,000 people.
It ain't easy for nobody, for real, on the bottom of the pole, man.
On July 9th of 2013, some friends were driving around town when they noticed several flooded roads. They found the flood and drove out ahead to see where the water was heading.
They tweaking, though. I say that.
Oh, that's cool.
Some of these living conditions y'all be in, I be seeing, man. Hey, man, my heart go out to you, man. For real. Like, for real, my heart go out to you. You know what I'm talking about? Because I do think it's bullshit. I think it's bullshit. Even if you don't, I think it is. You know what I'm saying? When I see it, I be like, man, that's bullshit, man. How they got them people living like that, man? I mean, you know what I'm saying? They got us, and you know what I'm saying? They got us living right for real.
Straight in the culvert.
But you know.
Nailed it.
I see them conditions over there. Like I don't think we stand for that. I don't think we stand for that. I don't see how we putting up with the shit we putting up with now. You feel me? I'm just being real with you. And that's crazy. That thing finna be clogged up real soon.
It's pretty cool watching the drain in action, but you can see how quickly it can fill with debris. If the tunnel gets clogged, the water has nowhere to go but up and over the road.
And that's
when
what
our
it's about to do.
cameraman gets closer, you can see some water splashing up and over the pipe. These tunnels are called
finna happen
culverts.
now.
They can be made of steel, plastic, reinforced concrete, and other sturdy materials. You'll typically see them under roads, railways, or bridges to provide drainage or take electrical cables from one side to the other. A massive mudslide in August of 2017 forced widespread evacuations in the small Swiss village of Bondo. The tiny community, home to about 200 people, sits just over the Swiss-Italian border. It's nestled deep in the Val Bregaglia Valley, so deep that some parts don't get sunlight in the winter. That location also leaves them prone to freak mud and landslides. The village was nearly swept away when 4 million cubic meters of mud and rock rolled through. A CCTV camera mounted outside one man's carpentry shop shows how quickly the mudslide enveloped the entire town. Unfortunately, this video has no audio, but you don't need audio to see just how insane this mud flow was.
Surely
what
don't.
was just a calm mountain property now had a raging river of debris and mud flowing right through it. It didn't take too long for nearly all the buildings on the property to be swept away. A second angle shows an even better view. You see two guys standing on the ground in the first shot. Notice all the outbuildings, storage sheds, and equipment. When the footage cuts, the destruction is immediately clear. As the mudslide intensifies, it carries away more and more of the business. First with loose items on the ground, and then entire structures like the wood storage building and even some sort of silo or storage tank. The mudslide, or mud flood, was the biggest Switzerland had seen in 130 years. It buried roads, tore down houses, and it did a real number to this guy's business. The total slide stretched for 3 miles. In some places, it was over tens of meters high. Experts believe melting snow in the Alps destabilized the area and caused the event. The Swiss government invested $12.1 million to rebuild Bondo over the next 6 years. As of 2023, projects should be wrapping up and life should be back to normal.
Only to have that shit happen again. Boy, stop.
Yangzhou is a prefecture-level city in Hunan province, China. It's one of 4 ancient counties in Hunan with a rich history dating back over 2,000 years. That means 2,000 years of heavy rain, freak landslides, and flash floods. June was a stormy month for Hunan province. According to the South China Morning Post, over 400,000 people had been affected by rising waters in Yangzhou City. A few more were added to that total as they watched their 2-story home crumble during a flood. Your heart goes out to that screaming woman. We can't imagine what it's like to lose everything in seconds. While she was happy to escape with her life, it must have been heartbreaking to watch everything you have fall into the river. Hers wasn't the only house to collapse either. Local authorities evacuated several homes that were in danger of falling over. Many days of heavy rain caused rivers to overflow and landslides to rock the community. In some areas, emergency workers waded through knee-high water to rescue people on inflatable rafts. Deli Serdang is a tourist regency in North Sumatra, Indonesia. Vacationers come from all over to enjoy the bustling nightlife, beautiful scenery, and stunning waterfalls. But on April 30th of 2023, their vacation to enjoy the bustling Deli Serdang
Hey. And just what in the hell is Christmas Island? The fuck is this? Singapore. Have y'all ever heard of? Oh Lord.
Reinforced concrete and other sturdy materials.
Hold on, y'all.
You'll typically see them under roads, railways, or bridges to provide drainage or take electrical cables from one side to the other. A massive mudslide in August of 2017 forced widespread evacuations in the small Swiss village of Bondo. The tiny community, home to about 200 people, sits just over the Swiss-Italian border. It's nestled deep in the Valbregalia prefecture-level city in Hunan province, China. It's one of 4 ancient counties in Hunan with a rich history dating back. Deli Serdang is a tourist regency in North Sumatra, Indonesia. Vacationers come from all over to enjoy the bustling nightlife, beautiful scenery, and stunning waterfalls. But on April 30th of 2023, their vacations were cut short when a freak flash flood ripped through the tourist district. Days of heavy rain caused the Sembahe River to overflow and flood the populated area. Raging waters damaged several buildings along the riverbank. They swept away boats, cars, and pretty much anything that wasn't bolted down.
My bad, fam. My bad. Shit happens. I'm just saying, I ain't never heard of Christmas Island, bro. I'm just like, what? Kind of threw me for a loop. Well, it look rough, man. Don't have no bodies pop up.
That stream went from calm to complete chaos in about 10 seconds. Another angle shows that same white SUV floating downriver like a bath toy. Just look at how high the water comes. It's almost up to the roofs of those buildings. Search and rescue teams caught up with the SUV once the flood settled. Thankfully, there was nobody inside when the water washed it away. The same teams combed the surrounding areas for trapped people. From what we can tell, everyone was okay.
That don't mean that.
Rize is a coastal province in the Black Sea region of northeastern Turkey. While living near the Black Sea has its perks, the area is still vulnerable to flash floods thanks to frequent rain. In mid-July of 2021, those in the Kayali district learned how quickly things can go from bad to worse. Torrential rain caused the river to overflow.
Look how they living, y'all.
The flood led to dozens of cars being trapped under crumbling roads and bridges. Several videos from around the area show how much damage a bad rainstorm in Turkey can do.
Damn, folks. I see why everybody be trying to run their ass over here to America and shit. Y'all trying to get from over there where all this going down at. Man, what y'all got going on the other side of the ground, man? For the planet to really be just stepping on y'all like this. Like, what's going on over there? For real. Like, y'all getting stepped on. For real. Get out of there. What's wrong with you? Boy, you crazy. See? He trying to get swept. Boy, stop. That boy was trying to get swept.
In some places, over 8 inches of rain fell in just 24 hours.
Oh, that
All
thing
that
finna
water
fill
can
up.
quickly overwhelm the natural systems, leading to destructive floods. In fact, the same area was only a year removed from similar floods after nearly 11 inches of rain fell in a day in June of 2020. Elsewhere, rescue workers struggled to establish communication with 12 villages after floods knocked the power out. Thankfully, nobody was in dire need or badly injured.
What do you say, Turkey?
End, the flood still claimed several lives. While it was a natural disaster, experts believe some of the damage was ultimately due to human error. In August of 2020, several days of heavy rain battered the Indian state of Jaipur. As the 10th most populated city in a country of over 1.4 billion people, you can imagine how many were affected by freak flash floods. The freak storm paralyzed the city within hours. Things got worse when the weather department said Jaipur should expect more rainfall over the next 2 days. It began like a typical rainstorm. But after 6 hours of non-stop showers, low-lying areas in the city were underwater. Traffic couldn't move, and buildings were waterlogged. One video shows locals standing in the middle of a busy street while floodwaters consume everything around them. All they can do is press themselves against the building and wait for the water to subside. Others were swept off their feet and nearly carried away as the water raced down steep and narrow streets. It had already been a record-breaking rainy season for India and Bangladesh. Non-stop storms had swelled several rivers in the weeks prior. The showers in mid-August were just the straw that broke the river's back. If you enjoyed this video and want to see another one, just...
Hey, man. You heard what he said? Human error. There's been a lot of that going on. And that's why there's a lot of this going on. So y'all let me know what y'all think about all this in the comment section. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, let's talk about it, y'all. Because, I mean, I ain't scared to let you know that even myself at one point, you know what I'm saying, just had no regard for the planet. It was just dirt at one point, you know what I'm saying? But once I got that knowledge on that, I switched that up. And I started doing things and started looking out for baby girl, you know what I'm saying? So y'all might want to consider doing the same thing, man, because like I said, she intelligent, and her work when it's her, it's precise. She know exactly what she doing. Ain't nobody finna be running around here talking about some innocent people. Nobody's innocent. If you ain't planted a seed or considered the earth in some type of form or fashion, and some love and some care and genuinely felt for the earth, man, then yeah, you slightly guilty, cuz that's why she kind of steps on everybody, including me. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've had my fair share of the planet. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. You know what I'm saying? Some things, including getting smacked with bushes and all types of yeah, it happens. You know what I'm saying? Being mean to the planet and being mean to the plants and the bushes even slapped you in your mouth. You know what I'm talking about? For being disrespectful. So y'all don't, but most people don't consider this, and I'm here to help you. You know what I'm saying? To take some consideration into it, give you a different perspective to look at it, and maybe you ought to consider this. You know what I'm saying? At least a thought. Give it a thought that, hey, maybe he may be on to something. Like the planet she may actually be kicking our ass because of what's going on, all this construction. Because, I mean, as you see, a lot of my vids be having the construction in it. It don't be playing like that. It don't play, you know what I'm saying? I go right in, you know what I'm saying? Stapleton drop it on me. I pull it up. Except for the other video, you know what I'm saying? I had some time on my stand, so I figured I'd just go ahead and just start and just watch it, just see what we were working with. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, Stapleton drops them. I comes in, and we gets to watching them. It's right in, it's raw, it's right then. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying what I got to say right then. Even if I mess up, you know what I'm saying? It's raw and uncut, baby. We coming. That's how we coming. That's how we coming. That's us, the swole faced and all. We coming. And if you ain't been doing right toward the planet, she gonna let you know. If you ain't paying attention to the signs, that's on you. But I'm clearly looking at the signs. I clearly hear about other things. And then I do my little research and my due diligence. And then I come here and I be like, oh, man. And then I look around and I be like, oh, man. And then I be like, oh, no, that's cap. And then I look right behind it and be like, oh. Okay, so that was the distraction. The cap was the distraction. So Excuse me. Oh, okay. I peep game. I see what's going on. Okay, and here we are. You feel me? So, consideration, people, for some of y'all. Not all y'all. But for the most part, y'all take care of yourselves. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We will be back with more nature videos. You know what I'm saying? More elaboration, if you will, to get the point across. Yes, somebody got to do it, so we gonna do it. You know what I'm talking about? And the rest of that, y'all be good. Y'all take care of yourselves. I'll see y'all later on. As always.